All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome if you are new here. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. We have Fred Vance, aka Fred ADHD Vance, coming in saying, "Say my name, MBG." Fred, thank you so much, man. He drops 5 membership gifts right off the bat before I even go live here on camera. Fred, you know I appreciate it, bro.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You know I appreciate it. Good stuff, Fred. Thank you. Yeah, I'll add that to the member counter. You guys know the deal. If we hit 25 members, we will feed Boss some treats. Maybe Leia. They're both sleeping up there. I don't know if you can tell. They're taking a good old nap side by side. So we'll see how long that lasts for. But yeah, we have the Ghost of Yote State of Play coming up in about roughly a little under 2 hours. So I figured, I'd go live a little bit earlier as we usually do. I didn't want to start streaming at my normal time because I would be totally burned out by the time the State of Play is actually going to happen. So I figured, we'll do just like a couple hours, hang out, chat, talk about our expectations. Yeah, I've been playing some more Death Stranding 2. Absolutely. Where's Luna? She is either in the other room or over there somewhere. I can never figure out quite where she is, Fred, honestly. But if we end up giving Boss and Leia some treats, I'm sure she will show up for that. She likes to get her treats as well. How many hours do I have on Death Stranding 2? I think I'm somewhere between 25 and 28 hours. Give or take. But yeah, I was playing some more yesterday. I was playing some more this morning. Trying to take my time. I can't help but have like a slight sense of urgency for no reason. It's probably just because I'm, talking about it with other people so much or seeing other people posting about it. But yeah, 52 hours, impressive, man. That's good. That's why I feel like I have a sense of urgency. I feel like I don't know. I'm not putting enough time in. Speaking of which, we have Sean Mitchell with a super chat, and he says 55 hours into Death Stranding 2 and about halfway through Chapter 7. I think that's actually about where I'm at, too, and was curious to see how many chapters there are and found out I'm not even halfway through. Yeah, I found that out yesterday, Sean, and it's a very long game. I mean, I've been seeing some people coming out saying that they've had to put like 140 hours, I think, into like getting the platinum or something. See somebody saying they're 44 hours in, 65 hours, chapter 9. Yeah, man. It's a long game. It's not filled with like padding, I would say, either, or like fluff or whatever. It's I mean, I said I put about 25, 27 hours into it so far, and it does not feel like I put that much time into it. Time kind of flies when you're playing this game. You end up, one of the things I noticed with this game is you end up getting caught up in all of the other stuff to do that you can do, whether that be like, just collecting packages and bringing them to the facilities to try to 5-star or just building stuff. And, you can just kind of start to get lost in that. And before you know it, it's like you just spent 10 hours doing that, and you have yet to progress in the story. So, Neo says he has 124 hours right now. 10 more trophies for the platinum. Very impressive, man. That's crazy. Yeah, 124 hours already. Jeez, you guys are beasts. I don't know how you're doing it. Clearing up a lot of preppers behind me. I got quite a few 5-stars now. Yeah, I'm close to getting 5 stars for a couple. And you get rewarded too if you get to the 5 stars. Ray, yeah, I saw that. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Insomniac posting that. I don't know if they're trying to tease something or not. I'm going to assume they're not. I'm going to assume they're just posting it for whatever, for just reasons. Yeah, I know that there's one of those preppers that if you 5-star it, they give you like a silenced sniper rifle or something, which is like, damn. Yeah, the lone commander. Dude, that sounds kind of OP. I should probably do that. I'm loving the combat in this game though, man. I have to say. Um, I mean, I'm at a point where like anytime I have to go past an enemy encampment or do a mission where I have to infiltrate it, I'm just like, let's go. Like we're going Rambo. You know, I'm ready for the action. Sometimes I do some stealth. I try to do a little bit of stealth where I can, but I'm too eager to like just start going crazy. Did you see that Metacritic deleted some of the positive DS2 reviews and there's new ones on the 70s and 60s from Edge Magazine and other outlets? I did not see this. Why did they delete the positive ones though? Oh no. Now it's sitting at an 89? It went down? Edge Magazine gives it a 7 out of 10. This is a grand, unwieldy behemoth of a sequel, buckling under the weight of its features and bombast, and lacking a sense of direction, though it sometimes delivers in unexpected ways. I'll tell you what, man. Now that I've been playing Death Stranding 2 and, you know, looking back at the reviews, it would let me check it out and load. I mean, look, if I go to the lowest reviews here, there are, let's see. So, Restart.run gives it a 6 out of 10. IGN France gives it a 6 out of 10. Edge Magazine a 7 out of 10. Stevivor a 7 out of 10. Metro Game Central a 7 out of 10. GameSpot a 7 out of 10. Clowns, bro. Straight up clowns. I'm just gonna say it. Like, this game is like an 8.5 minimum. Like bare minimum, 8.5. I think it's absolutely insane that I just think you have to not like video games to give this game a 6 out of 10. Flat out. Like it I understand. I'm not saying you need to give it a 9 or a 10 out of 10, but to give it a 6, bro, I've been down. I know they're just opinions, but it's like, dude, I've been down this road before, and it's just clownery, man. Raven X0 says, look, Ghost of Tsushima looked incredible. Yes, Ghost of Yote won't be a massive jump, but in terms of fidelity, animations, details, skin texture, will be much better. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to see a lot of improvements from a gameplay perspective, like just different things you're going to be able to do in the open world. But I think everything you just listed, the fidelity, the animations, just the overall level of detail, I think is going to be increased quite substantially. And that's saying something, because I think if you play Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on the PS5, it looks great, man. Looks very good. MBG, oh my God, your post on Twitter about Death Stranding 2 gameplay being addicting has caused a gargantuan amount of rash and eczema on some gamers' brains. It's hilarious. Dude, I just, yeah, it's whatever, man. It's whatever. Like, it's something that's become clear with Death Stranding 2 is that they're just people who are not going to, they're just not going to be able to appreciate what it's doing. You know, I'm not trying to be that person that oversells it, but I don't know. I guess maybe I am that person where it's just like the gameplay loop in Death Stranding 2 is awesome. Like it is genuinely addicting and it's genuinely satisfying. And when I think of all the different games I've played throughout the years that feel really good to play, this is now up there with, well, Death Stranding 2 or Death Stranding 1 was already up there, but Death Stranding 2 just improves upon it. So obviously it's going to be up there too. And it's like people want to get their panties in a bunch and in a twist because I say that. And it's like, sucks to be you, man. Like, I'm sorry that you can't enjoy this game like so many other people are. Not saying you have to agree with me and say it's one of the best ever, but to get so upset, like go read GameSpot's 7 out of 10 review where they're they're justifying giving it a 7 out of 10 because of the way Kojima portrays women in this game. Go do that. Go read the 6 out of 10 reviews. And leave everybody else who's enjoying the game alone. Honestly. GameWire's news with the $2 chat says, did you see the Intergalactic leak on 4chan? I saw it for a moment on the Gaming Leaks and Rumors subreddit. Let me see. I mean, it's 4chan, so it's like a 50-50 chance. The leak claims that the game is like The Last of Us 2 meets Dark Souls in terms of the open world. It's like a, quote, nested sandbox. The combat is really good and satisfying, similar to God of War 2018, where you can string combos. The main character talks with a dialogue wheel, but it's very sparse. She's alone for most of the game. Many encounters can be avoided, stealthed through, or even negotiated with. There are still cutscenes and several characters you interact with, but you can still piece together a lot of the info by finding items, journal entries, and exploring. The lighting engine is insane. Whole levels shift color based on planetary phase throughout the game. They're targeting a late 2026 release. I mean, I'll be honest, man, everything about that leak, I know it's like a 4chan leak. It sounds totally believable. It's very possible that could be legitimate because that sounds exactly like what Intergalactic is supposed to be. And Raven X0 comes in and drops another 5 membership gifts on you guys. Raven, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you chiming in and dropping some member gifts.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I'll add that to the goal here. Yeah, if you guys want to get a member train going, by all means, I'll encourage that. Help support the channel, help support the community. We did I think like a 2-hour members lounge yesterday where I reacted to a video and we talked about AI and all this different stuff. So if you, if you do get gifted a membership or if you become a member, make sure you go check that out. Get some member exclusive content. Yeah, everything about this leak regarding Intergalactic, if it's true, it sounds exactly like what this game is supposed to be. It sounds exactly almost like what Neil Druckmann described it to be, right? And Garrett Green comes in. A rare Garrett membership gift appears, and he drops a single gift on you guys, bringing us up to 11. Garrett, thank you so much for that, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oops, I put it at 112. Didn't mean to do that. There we go. Thank you, Garrett. Rare W. What are they going to do for the hot springs in the game? Will they cut out the scene where they showed Jin's butt? Asking the real questions here. I don't know. Are they going to answer that question? Are they going to answer that question today with the state of play? They did confirm hot springs are in the game, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I guess we'll find out. We will find out. We have Lady Angel with a $5 super chat saying, would love to see Boss. Could you give him a pet for me? Sure thing. There you go. I don't know if it's showing up. There he is. He's laying his head on Leia's thigh, it seems. Basically, he's using her as a pillow. So they're being like extra adorable right now. You're welcome, Lady Angel. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Magnum Gaming says, so this is it. It is. Corey, what's going on, man? Prince, that's true. Boss is the boss. Boss is the boss. If they don't show some booty, the game won't sell. Oh, no. Tyler says TikTok brains cannot handle Death Stranding 2. TikTok brains. And Corey the Legend Landiga comes in doing what he does best, dropping another 5 membership gifts for you guys in the name of Boss. He does it in the name of Boss. Corey, thank you so much, man. That brings us up to 16, and just like that, we're less than 10 away from hitting the first goal. I thought Boss looks up like, is it time yet? No, not yet. All right, I'm going to go back to sleep. Wake me when it's snack time. Corey, thank you so much, man.
I'm no hero. Never was. Never will be.
Boss looks all messed up. He looks all tired. He's all discombobulated because we're streaming at a different time. It's like, I thought we were taking off today, man. What's going on? You think they'll do a black transition screen for the hot springs? I mean, it is what it is. I'll be honest with you, like, that's when it comes to what I'm looking forward to seeing with Ghost of Yote, that's kind of on the bottom of the list for me. There's so many other things, but it will be funny if they do it that way. You know, people are gonna get all upset. They're gonna be like, no, how dare they? How could they do this to us? Yeah, I saw that, Lady Gamer. Magnum Gaming with a $5 chat says, did you beat Split Fiction with Mrs. MBG? Me and my son are having a blast. Game of the Year contender? ? I actually didn't beat it yet. No, it's a game I fell off of. I think I started getting a little bit frustrated with it, to be honest. But yeah, I would like to at some point maybe try to go back and make sure I complete it, because for quite a few people, it is their Game of the Year, or at the very least, it is a Game of the Year contender. And I heard the ending's actually really amazing. So that's one that's still on the list of games that I started but have yet to complete. Fred, you think Claire Obscure and Expedition 33, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33, like they're two separate games, and Death Stranding 2 are going to have a slugfest at the Game Awards? Don't start biting. Okay, all right. All right, well, Boss has awakened, so I'll put these here. Boss, get your butt out of the way. Oh, there's Luna. Luna's here, too. Although she seems a little bit intimidated by Boss. Yeah, I'm just going to encourage you guys. You know, we're less than 9 away from hitting the goal. We'll see if we can push for that, hit that 25. Could give this boy what he needs, clearly. How is Death Stranding 2? It's awesome. It's really, really good, man. I mean, so far, Death Stranding 2 is turning out to be everything I hoped it would be, frankly. I had pretty high, I'd say I had very high expectations for it. Very high expectations. Don't start biting. I had very high expectations. And everything I've encountered so far seems to be living up to it. In some cases, maybe even surpassing it a little bit. You love cats. It's so cool to see they're right there with you. Yeah, I mean, it's just a thing that naturally happened. You know, it just happened. One day, Boss just involved himself, and I was like, oh, I should get a cat tower. And then get some treats, and it just became a whole thing. Unknown. Yeah, it surpasses the first one, all right. How long until the state of play? We have about an hour and a half. Not too long of a wait. Not too long. And I think the state of play is going to be like 25 minutes long. Maybe a little bit longer. Damn, Titus. The new modes are what you're most interested in. I'm really curious in that. Also, the weapons. The new weapons are going to show off. No biting. No. I know what you're trying to do. When is the next no hat or clown stream? That's clearly all saying JT cares about. The state of play is only 20 minutes long. Well, I mean, I don't know exactly how long it's going to be, but they said they're going to have 20 minutes of gameplay. So, yeah, I mean, 20, 25 minutes, give or take, sounds about right. Damn, Boss, you just can't help yourself, can you? Garrett says these are the most important questions. Metacritic forecast? What for Ghost of Yote? Oh, I don't know, man. It it feels like it's difficult to determine that right now, just because there's some, we're about to see what the game actually looks like, what it's going to be. I mean, look, if Sucker Punch can greatly improve upon most of or all of the areas that probably needed some level of improvement on Ghost of Tsushima, I could see it easily hitting like a 90, 88, 90, somewhere around there. And Michael Lynch with a $5 super chat says, I'm curious to see if each new weapon has its own set of stances. I'm curious to see about that too. This boss is laying on my lap here. I'm curious to see about that too, Michael. I mean, one of the things I loved so much about Ghost of Tsushima is how incredible the combat felt. It felt like, even though you're just using one weapon, mainly the katana, it felt like they really added so much depth with the stances and the skill trees. And when you would unlock all the stances and unlock all the different skills, I mean, you could, it felt like you had like 4 different weapons in one, basically. And the fact that you had to switch stances to be more effective against certain enemies, if they're going to give that level of attention for each new weapon, that's going to be kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm fully expecting that level of attention or that level of depth for each new weapon, because it sounds like they have quite a few new weapons. But if they manage to pull that off, that's going to be huge. That's going to be awesome. Yeah, the combat in Ghost of Tsushima was incredibly satisfying. I mean, you had different tools at your disposal, but nothing would beat just going toe to toe with the katana. Is Luna bothering you? Luna and Boss are having a stare down. I see a lot of people predicting that you're going to be able to play as the wolf. I'm not so sure. I mean, I think it's clear that the wolf is going to be some kind of companion character. It's going to play an important role, but whether or not you will be able to actually play as the wolf, I don't know. That would be pretty cool, though. Yeah, I hear you, Venino. I think that this is one of the best things that could happen for a Ghost of Tsushima sequel, getting numerous weapons and even now firearms, apparently. I mean, damn, dude. Wolf equals recon. Yeah, what's going on, Silent Spartan? Getting those reps in today? We'll find out, man. I do have my dumbbells next to me. Always have my dumbbells nearby. You wonder if they will still continue doing some of the weapon myth side quests like they did in Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I would imagine that almost everything you did in Ghost of Tsushima that people enjoyed, you will see that improved upon. And Silence Spartan. I was wondering, I'm like, uh-oh. Silent Spartan appeared. Is he going to do the thing? Is he going to do the thing? And he does the thing. He does the thing, bro.
Holy shit.
He wants to make sure I get the reps in today. He's going to make me work out for it. Silent Spartan, bro, thank you so much, man. This guy has dropped so many member gifts on the channel and for the community in like the last 2 weeks. It's been absolutely insane. So I need to see some W's flowing in the chat right now for Silent Spartan. He just dropped so many member gifts that my YouTube studio just crashed. Hold on. Let me bring it back up. Crazy. Massive W. Biggest W. 50 memberships, bro. He drops the 50 bomb. Well, the cats are going to be happy. Boss, it's time.
Boasty, read me. It's time to feed the beast.
He didn't have to wait too long. Here we go, man. Uh-oh. Hold on, we got to be careful now because Luna wants her treats. And she's looking like she might get a little bold right now. I'm going to be really worried. I'm just afraid Luna's going to try to jump up and she's going to freak Boss out and they're going to start fighting. hang tight, Luna. Give boss a couple minutes to eat his treats, and then you'll get some next. But yeah, with those 50 memberships that Silent Spartan just dropped, that brings us up to 66 members on the day. So yeah, at the end of the stream, I'm gonna have to do some reps. Absolutely. I would do them now, but it kind of freaks some people out a little bit. They're like, I clicked on the stream thinking I was going to be watching the state of play, and instead I'm just watching this man do shoulder presses. What's going on? But what we can do before that, if we end up hitting 75, we'll give Leia some catnip. We could do that for her too, because she loves her catnip. She likes to go crazy. And once again, yeah, before I move on, Silent Spartan, thank you so much, man. Really, you've been dropping so much support for the channel, and it's made such a huge difference. It's the support like that and the support that many other people have been showing through member gifting, becoming members, super chats, direct donations, all these things make it possible for me to continue to do this. And, it's a privilege, obviously, and it's awesome. So thank you guys so much. We have an incredible community here, and I'm very thankful for them. Very thankful for you guys. And we have Sean Mitchell with a super chat. He says, people that use the term walking sim can't form an opinion on their own. Real talk. Very rare we get a sequel with improvement to just about every mechanic. I can't think of one change that hasn't enhanced my experience. Yeah, I mean, Sean, I still see people saying that using the term walking sim, and I'm like, you just listen. I understand that maybe you could get away with doing that a little bit more with Death Stranding 1, but you can't get away with saying that about Death Stranding 2. You just simply can't do it, because it's the farthest thing from a walking simulator at this point. That should be clear. I mean, even if you just look at the gameplay clips that are circulating on Twitter and all over YouTube, people. I just watched a video that somebody put of all the things that this person wished they knew before playing Death Stranding 2, and showing all these secret mechanics and all these different things that the game doesn't really tell you. I'm like, damn, like I had no idea with like half this stuff. Thank you, Silent Spartan. You're saying you're happy to support my work here. I appreciate that, man. And Sean, yeah, it's not even that like Death Stranding 1 was such a bad game. It was. I don't think it was a bad. I think Death Stranding 1 was in a way kind of a very close to being its own masterpiece. It's just you could tell with Death Stranding 1 that there are things that maybe could be improved upon, like we're saying here. And when you play Death Stranding 2, I just don't understand how anybody could have played or even tried to play Death Stranding 1. They pick up Death Stranding 2, you should be able to feel the improvements almost immediately. And like you're saying, it's not just in one area or just a handful of areas. It's in every single area. I mean, it's like no stone was left unturned, dude. Kojima Productions made sure that this game, I would actually say, like, the only thing that I could actually see people maybe having somewhat of a problem with is maybe the story. Not that I love the story so far, but there's no denying if you play Death Stranding 1, and obviously you can expect this in Death Stranding 2, the story can get kind of crazy. It can get a bit over the top. It can get bombastic in some instances. And I will say there's a bit of silliness with Death Stranding 2 in a good way. At least to me, it's good. But I could understand that more than I could understand people calling this game a walking sim or making it seem like the gameplay is boring or uninteresting or, like just mundane or something like that. And I'm not going to say that there's a wrong way to play the game, but I do just wonder if some people, well, to be honest, Sean, I'm going to say that most people who are saying this probably aren't even playing the game. Like Tarnished was talking about the post that I put out on Twitter where I was saying, like, this is one of the most addicting and satisfying gameplay experiences I've ever had so far. And, that really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, apparently. And they're very upset. And I was like looking at some of the replies, and I'm like, guaranteed more than half of these replies, people speaking so negatively or, making it sound like this game is just so unfun and boring. Like, you're not even playing it. You have no intention of playing it. You're not playing it. I think that's more than obvious. And there are some people who are playing it and don't fully agree, and that's totally fine. But Sean, I have to pretty much agree with what you're saying here. I think it's going to be kind of a shame to a degree if we don't get another Death Stranding in the future. I don't know how this game ends. I don't know how it wraps up, but I'm just trying to thoroughly enjoy this game and take my time with it and get everything out of it that I possibly can, knowing that it might be the last time I play a game like this, and it is quite unique. I really do not think that there's anything out there that does what Death Stranding 1 and 2, especially 2, or that does what these games do. And I'm not saying a game should get extra praise just for that alone, but when it's done so well, like it is in Death Stranding 2, I think, yeah, it deserves all the praise it gets. But, there's always going to be people who don't like good things. We have Michael Lynch with a $5 super chat. He says, "Here's 5 W's." And he actually typed out 5 W's. He says, that's more W's than Xbox has ever seen. Michael, tell me how you really feel, bro. Michael did it. He brought up Xbox. He did it. He did the thing. How could you, Michael? We were doing so good. I appreciate the super chat, man. We also have Bunk King, a member for 20 months, uses his milestone chat. Thank you for that support, man. He says, "I just finished Claire Obscure a few minutes ago. I needed a heads up for that ending. I don't feel good inside right now. Good job with the review, MBG." Well, thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the review, Bunk King. I almost forgot that. Yeah, I did a I did a full blown review of Claire Obscure. Michael, it's all good, man. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, the ending of Claire Obscure, it's interesting. Like when you finish up Act 1 and you go into Act 2, you really, I don't think anybody, unless it got spoiled for them, of course, I don't think anybody can even remotely predict like where this game is headed. And when you get to the ending of the game, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but it just ends in a place that's so far away from what you probably thought, within the first third of the game. Maybe when you get to the halfway point, halfway through, Act 2, going into Act 3, you can start to kind of feel like, okay, this is starting to, go in directions that was very unexpected. But yeah, the ending gets crazy, and it's so good. I mean, right now it is still my game of the year. It's still my game of the year. I really can't. I refuse to say whether or not Death Stranding 2 is going to take it over and be my game of the year until I complete it. Obviously, Death Stranding is giving it a good run for its money so far from what I've experienced. But I was thinking about this earlier, and I'm like, for as much as I'm enjoying Death Stranding 2 so far, Claire Obscure still has that game of the year spot for me because it is a shockingly good game. And again, this is coming from somebody where I've never really sat down and played a turn-based RPG. I never really had that level of interest. Wow. Is Boss serious right now? Boss, I appreciate you being like ultra cute for the camera, but Luna's got to have her treats too. All right, Boss, we're going to have to let Luna on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. I know, I know. Come on. It's Luna's turn. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, it's okay. Don't panic. All right. Come on. Boss, these are Luna's. You already had yours. No, no, no. No, you already had yours. Come on. No. Hold on, guys. All right, go ahead. It's okay. You can eat them. I feel bad because Luna's too afraid to try to like impose. She's I guess intimidated by Boss, but I had to make sure she got some too. Well, Boss is the alpha. I mean, I guess yeah. Luna has like she doesn't really have much fear, but she just seemingly doesn't really want to mess around. I don't know. Like Boss gets so upset so easily. Boss is a little baby. I guess that makes him the alpha. He'll be back. Don't worry. Boss will come back. I'll bring him back if I have to. I got to make sure he sees the Ghost of Yote State of Play. We have Tower Dragon, a member for 21 months. Thank you for the support, Tower Dragon. You're saying trying to sounds like you're saying you're trying to beat Death Stranding 1 before you dig into Death Stranding 2. It took a while for me to get into Death Stranding 1. Very slow starting game. Yeah, that was one of the major complaints that people had with Death Stranding 1 is they felt as though the pacing at the beginning of it just, it really kind of trudged along. It took too long. I mean, I was okay with it. One of the things that people have noticed with Death Stranding 1 versus Death Stranding 2 is that DS1 was quite a bit more challenging. And I think one of the reasons for it was because they didn't really, it seems like Kojima didn't really want to give you too much to use. He didn't want to give you too many tools at first to make life easier, to make your transportations easier. There was like this level of difficulty. It was like you just have to kind of overcome it by really figuring out how you're going to get over this mountain, how you're going to get across this river. To whereas it feels like in Death Stranding 2, it wasn't necessarily done, I think, to make it easier, but to maybe change the pacing a little bit, where it's like, we're just going to give you a bunch of stuff, like within the first couple hours of the game, that as long as you know how to use it and you pay attention to the tutorials, or, you're aware that you have these tools, should make life a lot easier, should make the navigation much easier. And it does seem like, and I noticed this too, where like in the first game, if you tried to climb like a portion of a mountain that was too steep, like you would get punished severely for it. Like you would just not be able to climb it. You would fall over. You'd lose all your packages. I feel like in the sequel they maybe made that a little bit more forgiving, where there are really steep portions of like cliff sides and valleys and mountains that you can now climb much easier, and you won't slip and you won't fall and you won't be punished for it. Not to say that you can just climb everything, but I think that they changed that up a little bit too. But I think it's for the best. I think it helps the flow of the game. You have 3 inside cats, 2 Bengal mixes, and a Norwegian forest cat mix. Fred, you're saying it felt like he wanted the players to work together as they played. Yeah, you still get that sense with Death Stranding 2 as well. I think most sequels these days are getting easier. Look at Monster Hunter. It's not even the same game anymore. I can't confirm that. I haven't played Wilds yet, but I did hear it is easier. It's easier to drive in the game. Yeah, I did find that I'm like, anytime I'm driving a vehicle, I'm like, I don't really feel as intimidated to go full speed now. But again, I think it adds a fun factor, It adds a fun factor to it. All right. Well, let me see, where are we at right now? We're about an hour and 15 minutes away from the State of Play premiering. So let's start shifting the conversation. As much as I love still talking about Death Stranding 2, we are going to be finally seeing the gameplay reveal of Ghost of Yote. I want to ask you guys, what are you hoping to see in this State of Play? Like, what exactly are you going to be looking for? Especially for those who have played Ghost of Tsushima. And actually, I'm curious if there's anybody here who hasn't played Ghost of Tsushima, but is going to be interested in Yote. Garrett, you're saying Legends mode? Yeah, I'm super, super curious about that myself, but I don't think they're going to talk about it here. I'm not trying to be a buzzkill. I'm just trying to keep my expectations in check. Like, they did say new modes, and that could mean, the next iteration of Legends, the multiplayer mode. But I feel like if they're gonna talk about that, that's gonna come later. I just get that feeling. PC announcement, more weapons, and each having multiple styles. Silent Spartan, you're just looking for more of the same, and hopefully the main character's likable. Jin in Legends. Oh, that would be a nice surprise. They could do that. Absolutely. Yeah. You want different ways to get around besides horseback? Hmm. Looking at the difference in gameplay that would distinguish this between Tsushima and would keep Tsushima and Yote apart. Gliding. That's an interesting thought. I don't know if they would do that. We'll see the combat, dual katanas, more info on the world, more robust stealth. Yeah, stealth, I think, is something that could have used a little bit of refinement and improvement. I feel like stealth is tough, though, because it wasn't bad in Tsushima, but in most games like this, the stealth, it's not that it ever really feels bad. It just, unless it's being built like specifically as a stealth game, like Metal Gear Solid style. You're hoping that Yote will attain the absurd combat level of Sekiro. Fred, you want to know about exploration mechanics and what has changed to what remains? Also more on combat mechanics and maybe see some exploration as well. Michael says he was just going to say the glider. That would be a nice little surprise if they add a glider. Or if you just want to see improved animations. Salaire Restorer says if Yote blows him away, he'll get a PS5 Pro. A 1v1 PvP multiplayer mode. That would be pretty sick. That'd be unexpected. Maybe they're going to have crafting. I know they did say they're going to have foraging. Like you're going to be able to forage for like vegetables and stuff. But I don't know what that means in terms of like, the usability or like how it's going to improve Atsu. You're just hoping for a compelling story. You don't want it to be a generic revenge tale. I mean, it is definitely a revenge tale. Whether or not it's going to fall under the category of like a generic revenge tale, I guess, yeah, that remains to be seen. We're going to have to see how they execute on it. A cooking mechanic. I think there will be. Yeah, I think it showed her. I think it was like the very first trailer. It looked like she had a little camp, maybe, where she was like, I don't know, making some kind of soup or whatever, or stew. I mean, for me personally, I mean, Ghost of Tsushima did so many things well. I don't know that I have like any specifics, truthfully, when it comes to Ghost of Yote. Like, I want to see this specific thing. I mean, I have the basics. Like, yeah, I want it to have a good story. I want the characters to be interesting. I want this new character to be just as compelling, if not more, than Jin. But I think generally speaking, it's kind of like, yeah, man, I feel like Ghost of Tsushima did so many things so well that I want to I don't even know that I want to predict what they're going to do to improve upon it. Like, I'm just at this point, especially now that we're just, a little over an hour away from seeing it. Like, show me what you cooked up, show me what you've been improving over the last 5 years. Right. Michael Lynch with the $2 chat says at the end they will say also on Xbox. Yeah, man. That's going to be the big shocker. Also coming to Xbox. I'm sure that would go down really well. It'll be an Xbox exclusive. They're going to they're going to be like, you know what, guys, it's not even releasing on PS5. PC version 100% today. What if they did do that? That'd be kind of crazy, right? That would be kind of wild. And Michael Werneth comes in and says, welcome to the channel, new viewers. Enjoy the memberships. Indeed, enjoy the memberships. I don't know. Michael, is he teasing something? Is Michael about to do something big? He's known to do it, and he does it. Bro, Michael Werneth. First, Silent Spartan comes in with a 50, and then Michael comes in with a second 50 bomb. Ain't no way. He did it. He always likes to tease it. That's the funny thing I notice about Michael. He'll tease it. Enjoy the memberships. We got to do some dual sense reps. I did it before. Bro, that's crazy. That is wild. That's 100 memberships gifted between Michael and Silent Spartan. 250s. I'm in shock, bro. Michael, thank you so much, man. Seriously, the support that you guys have been showing is nothing short of incredible. Sometimes I just can't believe it, you know? The memberships are still being doled out. Yeah, I will take this opportunity. Listen, if you are a new viewer or if you happen to, be getting a membership for the first time, go check out the member exclusive content. I mean, you gain access to the emojis that you can use in the chat. You gain access to the membership badge. But you do also gain access to the members lounge or any previous member exclusive gameplay streams that I've done. So, if that stuff matters to you at all, you're going to be a member for 1 month completely on the house. It's free. It will not auto renew, but if you enjoy it, consider renewing it yourself and remaining a member. It helps support the channel, allows me to do what I do here. So, Michael, once again, man.
Holy shit.
Michael Werneth says you need to like the video to get a membership. Yeah, guys, it's a requirement. You gotta like the stream. Well, that's not actually true. I don't want to confuse people, but it's a good tactic. Like the stream. You do have to wonder if maybe that does enhance your chance. I don't know. Tarnish still didn't get one. That's crazy. We're at 116 memberships, bro. Incredible. I mean, I cap out the goal at 100, and you guys just blew right past it. Incredible. Mind-blowing. Can't believe it, dude. Seriously, that's nuts. I mean, I was expecting the stream will go well, but you guys just knocked it out of the park. PlayStation Studio devs in the chat. We got some PlayStation Studio devs in the chat. Is this true? I can't tell. Yeah, new Astrobot levels today, man. Absolutely. Yeah, somehow Wes got one. Wes got a membership. No offense, Wes. It seems like you're always out here dodging memberships. Tarnish still didn't get one though. Namager says, I'm a dev. But yeah, good stuff, guys. So somehow we're sitting at 116 memberships before the state of play even starts. Love to see it, man. No offense taken. William Ortega says, just want to say thanks for the membership gift. Well, like I said, man, we have a very generous community here. We have some really good people. They're always looking out for me, my family, the community, and absolutely huge thank you to them. 300 member goal, we'll get a Series S unboxing. I mean, listen, I'll buy an Xbox Series S toaster. All right, that's the best I can do for you. That's the best I can do. We hit 300 memberships, I will buy a Series S toaster and unbox it. Okay? It's the least I could do. Maybe we'll even toast some toast live on stream. Apparently, if you buy that toaster, it gives you an imprint of the Xbox logo on it. Incredible. I mean, I'll be honest, that is more valuable to me than a Series S. Alan says, I've been here so many times and no membership, but you love the channel. Well, hang around, man. You never know. You never know when you're going to get that membership gift. Titus Crow with a super chat. He says, no dog food for little MBG this month. We've won again. We all save each other's lives. There we go. See, Titus gets it. And thank you for the super chat, Titus. I know you've been here for a while too, man. Always showing some support. How many memberships need to be given to make John play Animal Crossing? Oh God. I don't know. Don't make me do it. Don't make me do it. I don't want to. You can't make me play Animal Crossing. I heard it's a really relaxing game, but I don't know. Maybe there is something to it. Maybe I'm being stubborn. I'm like, nah, I don't like Animal Crossing. I don't want to play it. And then I play it. I get helplessly addicted to it. Everybody seemed to have gotten completely addicted to it when it came out. So, yes, my name is John. Do I want to play Peppa Pig? Oh, no. Listen, I played the Bluey game with my son, and I platinumed it with him. He enjoyed that. All right? We enjoyed that. It was a good time. And Steven, bro, what? What? Dude, Steven Leon coming out of nowhere, dropping another 50 memberships from the sky. Steven.
Holy shit.
Steven. He's going to make me say it. Steven. Steven, suck on this, Leon. Hold on. Here you go, Steven. This one's for you, bro.
Suck on this!
He does it, man. Dude, that's the third 50 bomb. That's the third 50 bomb dropped in less than an hour. You guys are crazy. The gifts are still being handed out. Incredible. I am going to add it to the counter. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to finish up. That's crazy, man. Well, I'm glad you are enjoying. Yeah, I'm seeing people sending their thanks and their gratitude for getting the membership gift. Yeah, like I said, go check out the member content. We just did like a 2-hour members lounge yesterday. We're gonna have more members lounges coming up. At some point, we're gonna have some more gameplay. I would like to do some Death Stranding gameplay for members at some point. Nightmare says, I don't think I can get gifted anymore. I don't know. It's hard to say. Some people were thinking that they couldn't get gifted, but then they end up, enough time goes by and they end up getting another gift randomly. Wes is a good example of that. Josh is in the chat saying, fighting for the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 Game of the Year. I think it'll be in the running. Wait, Michael, there's no way. Michael Wernick got gifted a membership from Steven Leon. Really? MBG, some X profile said Insomniac is going to tease something during a state of play. A lot of people are focused. They're focused on that tweet from Insomniac, but I'm like, what could they possibly tease? I don't understand. You gotta be careful with that. I mean, like, what would Insomniac really be able to show up with to a dedicated Ghost of Yote state of play? I'm not sure. Steven says, I got all them. We're family here. Yeah, family. Steven Dom Leon. Thank you, Steven. Seriously, thank you so much for the generosity. You've dropped a lot of support on the channel too, man. You drop a lot of super chats, big super chats. You drop membership gifts. So huge thank you, Steven. And that goes for everybody. Seriously, I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but seeing the level of generosity is You know, it's something I definitely don't want to downplay or make it seem like I take it for granted, because I absolutely do not. Thank you guys so much. Um, awesome family we have here. Oh yeah, we got to give the catnip out. Let me update the member goal. So guys, I don't even know how this is possible, but we are somehow sitting at 166 members, which is wild. And yes, we have to distribute the catnip. So I want to see if I can get Leia over here. She's the one that really likes the catnip. Come on, Leia. Come on. Oh, she's being real lazy, though. We're going to find out that Ghost of Yote and Infamous take place in the same universe. Well, I mean, look, I know that with Ghost of Tsushima, there was like a collaboration with different PlayStation studios for like a God of War armor set and Horizon armor set and stuff like that. I mean, maybe they're going to have something like that. They're just going to reveal Venom. Oh, here she comes. All right. Leia's going to have a good old time now. Maybe a Venom armor set. You think I should increase the goal? I mean, look, man. If I increase the goal, I can't promise any specific reward at this moment in time, but we rarely do this. But we'll push it. We'll just see if we can make it happen today, man, before the end of the stream, and we'll do we'll do it in the name of oh, she's going crazy. We'll do Ghost of Yote hype. See if we can end up hitting that 200. I mean, we've done crazier things before. She's really having a good old time back there. Let's see. So we're less than an hour away now. Let me see if I can bring it up. Yeah, they're doing a premiere for it. DualSense reps. We could still do some DualSense reps. Yeah, she's getting high on that catnip. Yeah, no, Tarnished, I think you're wrong. I think Insomniac is clearly trying to let us know that they're going to reveal Venom at the end of this Ghost of Yote stated play. That Insomniac post is getting a lot of attention, though. Yeah, it is. I did notice that, but I don't know. Insomniac's kind of known to do this a little bit. Like, I don't think they're purposely trolling, but they just post random stuff like this, and it just starts to take off. And it's like, listen, man, all we did was post the emoji of the finger pointing at you. Yeah, Tarnished. It's more than obvious. Yeah. Let me see if I can bring this up though. Where? Oh, it's a little. Guys, I need to ask you this question though. Does that look kind of grayed out? Like, do the colors look kind of grayish to you, or does it look totally normal? I'm just trying to figure out if this is my screen that looks undersaturated or like desaturated, or if it's actually coming through for you guys. It's almost got like a grayish look. Does it look dim? Have I met the pizza man yet? So it is looking kind of gray. All right, I'm going to change something real quick, and you let me know if it makes any difference, if it improves it at all. I think I might know what's causing it. I'm not entirely sure, though. Whoa. Oh, that doesn't look right. Oh, my God. Is this coming through for you guys? What's going... Because How's it looking for you guys? Because I am blinded. I think I just broke something. It's better for you guys? All right, I'll have to see if I can mess around with the settings on my end then. Sorry about that. And we have pushing polygons. He's pushing polygons. It's yeah, it's going to be a grayed out box for right now. Don't worry. It'll come back. Pushing polygons comes in and drops 5 more member gifts for you guys, bringing us up to 171. So we may be able to do it today, guys, which is crazy. We may just be able to hit that 200 mark. So pushing polygons, thank you so much, man. I'll give you a
Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built.
Did that soundbite play? Yeah, hold on. I got a lot of things going not quite right now. I'm seeing what I can do to fix this. So I might have to lower the brightness. Something's not right. It's not the saturation. It's not the color temp. It echoed. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me try it again.
Simply put, it's the most powerful console we've ever built.
Hopefully that was better. And now it's completely gone. Why is it completely gone? What did I do wrong? Sorry, guys. I'm just trying to make sure I get it all sorted before it premieres. Okay, there it is. I just don't know why it looks like that. Well, whatever. As long as it looks good for you guys. It only looks weird on my streaming software. On the actual like YouTube page, it looks fine for me. I just don't know why. What time are they showing us? So we got about like 50 minutes. About 50 minutes. 200 members and the diabolical shirt off reps. Plus 100 stretch goal. Throw in some oil. Not Diddy branded, but still oil. Don't ask about the 400 stretch goal. Oh my God. Titus, I'm glad you're not my producer, bro. Oh my God. What would this man be putting me through? You know what though? You know what though? No joke. We probably hit that goal like that. 300, no problem. 400 stretch goal. Don't even ask. It's already done. And I'm sorry, I missed a super chat from. Hold on. I'm just trying to get this sorted so it doesn't keep disappearing. All right, it looks like it's still there. Dark Cloud. Sorry to keep you waiting with the super chat, buddy. You're saying it's been a while, MBG. Here's a $10 donation to keep the cats. I guess I meant to say to keep the cats fed with the cat treats. Well, Dark Cloud, thank you so much for that, man. I'm glad you could come hang out with us and tune in. And I appreciate the donation, man. It definitely helps. Means a lot. You want me to ban the unknown? He's being a negative Nancy / Debbie Downer. Wait, unknown, is this true? Are you being a Debbie Downer? Sony could surprise literally everyone and reveal a Wolverine state of play announcement at the end of this. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say digital dude. I'm like, I'm not sure how serious I should take this, because I was seeing unknown in the chat this whole time. I'm like, oh, he seems pretty cool. Have you seen MBG? Have you seen X's Grok 4.0? It can do girlfriend ASMR voice. I didn't know that, but man, it's getting worse and worse out here. It's getting worse by the day. What are we doing? What are we doing? Yeah, that sounds like a logistical nightmare, Titus. Leia's knocked out, man. She's totally knocked out. She overindulged in catnip. How much triple anus are we seeing in this state of play? Digital Dude has clearly been saving that one. He's clearly been saving that one, bro. He's scaring me. Irfan knows, bro. He's like, what did you just read, MBG? Just know, if I just sit there in silence, it's because I'm afraid I don't think I can read out loud what just came across my my eyes. Oh man. Dark Horse Game Studio is working on a military tactical online shooter, apparently. Thank you, Wes. I'm sure I'm going to feel something. I'm sure I'll feel something, bro. Be careful, though. Be careful. I don't see anybody get hurt. I'm not reading that out loud, Digital Dude. Listen, man. People could be watching this with their family in the room, kids in the room. I got to be careful. I got to be aware, you know? What are we getting from the state of play? Well, let me go. I want to go check on this Insomniac post because everybody keeps talking about it. Let me find it. Insomniac Games. They say here. That's wild. I don't understand. Like, it's completely trending. 9 hours ago, Insomniac Games simply posted the index pointing at the viewer, the index finger pointing at the viewer emoji. That's all they posted. It's now sitting at 2.4 million views. It has 34,000 likes, 2,500 replies. Like, what the hell? Dude, let me go see what people are saying. Pio says it's happening. Somebody posts a picture of themselves drinking a Corona, pointing at themselves. People think it has something to do with Wolverine. You know, honestly, I'm looking at more replies here. It doesn't. Spider-Man 3, but not woke this time when. Okay. I'm not seeing too many people looking at this as they're teasing an announcement, but I am seeing quite a few people making it known that they want to see Wolverine. This is incredible, though. This is incredible. Such a simple post goes completely viral. Wolverine Venom collab. They're not denying anything either. Uh-oh. We go check gaming leaks and rumors. Yo, I know that this is totally random and has nothing to... Well, it might have something to do with PlayStation. According to Rebs Gaming, the Halo Combat Evolved remake will likely only be campaign, no multiplayer. Any Halo fans here? How are you feeling about that? That's the first thing that popped up. Let's see what else there is. The online migration option is now visible on the Rockstar support website for Red Dead Online. Oh, okay. Interesting. Titan Project, or Project Titan, from Striking Distance Studio, the creators of the Callisto Protocol, appears to have been canceled. Apparently, Bethesda's Blade only entered production in late 2024, according to Arcane's financial statement. Intergalactic the Heretic Prophet leak from 4chan. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing with Insomniac so far. Nothing with Insomniac. That's what they said about Gears. That's true. Yeah, we got to be careful with those rumors. Digital Dude says, let's stretch that member goal. Hey, the ball's in your court, Digital Dude. Josh. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yes, Josh. Yes. That was a real thing. And oh man. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Again, can't read it, but good one, Josh. Rare Jim Ryan W. We have Sea of War here with a $5 super chat saying, so my initial thought for that Insomniac post gives me Spider-Man pointing GIF vibes. Ah, yeah, okay. I did see a couple people post that. That could have been all it was. That could have been all it was referencing. Yeah, I'm feeling it, Wes. Sea of War, that's interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to read into it. I don't think Insomniac's trying to steal Sucker Punch's thunder today. I don't think they're trying to do that. I think that they just posted this randomly for the fun of it. I don't think they expected it to go viral. It's going viral, and yeah, that very well could be all they were really trying to reference. Maybe they're trying to hype up Yote. I feel like Insomniac ends up going viral for, like, not the wrong reasons, but they go viral when they're not trying to, like with the Venom statue. Was it like 19 inches of Venom or something like that? And it went mega viral, like insane. It just went insanely viral, and it was just for the wrong reason. And here they are just posting a single emoji and it's going viral, and they're like, bro. That tweet confirms GTA 6 is 120 FPS on PS5. Obviously. That's obviously what they're trying to let us know. JMR, you're not missing anything with Insomniac. They put out a tweet today that went viral for seemingly no reason. And it's just, people are looking at the timing of it. They just posted an emoji of the pointing finger, And it just went viral. Still going viral. Dark Cloud, you're saying we need the collector's edition announcement for Intergalactic. I think we have some time for that. We have some time. The Wolverine re-reveal is going to break everything. People are kind of really desperate for the next thing from Insomniac. Do not blame them. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the next thing is going to be Wolverine, so I'm right there. I'm just trying to remain patient because I'm almost starting to wonder if we're not going to see it this year. The focus seems to be on Death Stranding, now Ghost of Yote. But, we still got quite a few months left in the year. Almost half a year. Take-Two is preparing for a Red Dead Redemption enhancement. Garrett, the rumors I saw for Venom, or the last rumor I saw for Venom, is that it is coming out next year. It is real and it's coming out next year, but it's from a source that I don't think has been like I don't really know their track record. Stop that. You think we're gonna? Well, you know what? Yeah, you're right. You're saying you think we're going to see Saros and Wolverine gameplay this year. Uh, I mean, it was confirmed we're going to see Saros this year. So, no, the state of play didn't happen yet. It's happening in about 40 minutes. It's happening at 5 p.m., at least for me, 5 p.m. Eastern. So I got it in the corner here. I don't know if you can see the countdown. He's on the tier 6 of the Gaming League subreddit. Okay, yeah, that's why I got to be really careful with. Like, his info could be good. A Venom game next year would be awesome. I hope we get a Venom game. I don't mind waiting a little bit longer for Wolverine if instead we, it's because we're putting Venom out first. I'm okay with that. But yeah, definitely want to see some Wolverine. All right, Gaming Survivor. Thanks for letting me know. I'll definitely let you know. I mean, I'm hoping it'll be good today. It's it's gameplay. I think people are, some people might be critical, but I think Sucker Punch would have to kind of go out of their way to leave people disappointed with this today. I believe in Sucker Punch. They've earned the benefit of the doubt. They're a great studio. My hope with Ghost of Yote is that ultimately it's even better than Tsushima. And if I'm left feeling even more excited after the state of play for Ghost of Yote than I did the Ghost of Tsushima state of play back in 2020, that'd be incredible. Because as you can tell, I absolutely loved Ghost of Tsushima. MacTube, you're saying it just shows how hype and and desperate people are from PlayStation exclusives in general, or for PlayStation exclusives, despite what the fanboys say. Well, I mean, I don't think Sony's really lost their edge in terms of, having these bigger games that generate a lot of excitement. I don't think they've lost that edge. I mean, as we can see today. Michael Lynch with a $5 chat says, Atsu will do... You can't make me read that, Michael. Michael, how are you going to do that to me, man? How are you going to do that to me? Bro just comes in out of nowhere being like, he's just totally out of pocket. I'm trying to think of a different way I could word this. So Michael Lynch is saying that Atsu is going to take two 12-inch katanas and then poke the enemies with both of those katanas. The enemies she encounters. I think that's the best I can do. Yeah, that he's clarifying in the chat. That's what he's talking about. I mean, that's a there was a that's not better. Yeah, that's not better. I don't even know where to go from here. It'd be great if the state of play could just start right now. I'm starting to get worried. The Chemical King comes in and says, "What's up, MBG? Give me those Ghost of Yote cheeks. If we don't get Hot Springs, I will riot." Man, I'm starting to get worried that people are tuning in for the wrong reasons today. Somehow mine sounds worse. Of course it does. And of course, Stephen Leon says, and they have to be bent over. Of course. I give up. Thank you, Fred. This is why I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you you're absolutely right. That's another way we could say it. So about that gameplay, guys. How Luna's just laying at the door, just like, please God, let me out. I hate it here. What did they eat today? I don't know, Irfin. We're a family of degenerates. I'm just trying to be normal. Yeah, it's like y'all are not even subtle, man. Well, we're almost there. 35 more minutes. Can't come soon enough. This is normal. We are normal. This is the new normal. It's been the new normal. Is the state of play over? Why do people keep asking if the state of play is over? It didn't even start yet. Yeah. Guys are like stressing me out, making me think I missed it or something somehow. Oh. Chaos, pure chaos, man. You guys. Yo, you know what's crazy? Apparently, Naughty Dog's celebrating their 40th anniversary. 40th? Why am I shocked? Like, did you guys know that the studio's been around for 40 years? Because I didn't know that. I didn't know they were around that long. Like, dude, that's crazy. This is how we know who who has and who has not been to the members lounges. The member lounges, yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's true. You're saying you think Ghost of Yote, Ghost of Yote is going to look fantastic because they're. Oh, my bad. I misread that. You said because they're not using Unreal Engine 5. I thought you said they were using it. No, you might be right. Yeah, they have a proprietary engine. I did. I have seen some people complaining that they think it doesn't look that good. Like it doesn't look like that big of a step up from Tsushima. But I don't know, man. It's looking really good to me. Like everything I've seen, it looks good. Luna, you good? Okay. All right. You're saying UE5 games look the same. That's why you like in-house engines. I have seen some complaints about that. Yeah. Hmm. Decima engine is really good. I mean, I think both Horizon Forbidden West and more recently with Death Stranding 2, we see just how insanely good the Decima engine is. I'm just surprised it's not more widely used. But Sucker Punch's their proprietary engine is very good too. Pragmatic Cat, it's okay. It's okay. You can. They're fine. They're fine. For now. For now. They're fine for now. We'll keep an eye out. If it starts to get too much, Pragmatic Cat's like, I can't deal with this, man. Keep it cool, everybody. Keep it cool. All right? We got to stay focused. All right? We're here for good gameplay. Come on now. Pragmatic Cat's tired. Like, stop being such Degenerates. Sorry about that. Let me see where we at here. Pragmatic Cat's going to war with you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's all right. No, Pragmatic Cat, it's cool as long as it's not, being like over the top. Although I don't know, man. Like Michael Lynch's last getting kind of wild out here. We don't have to keep it PG-13, no, but it's just like if we get new viewers, I don't want to. I don't want them to get the wrong impression. Oh man! All right, we have MVP Moss 84 saying which studio has the best game engine. I think Naughty Dog. Well, Naughty Dog, they have a proprietary engine as well, and I mean they do some wild stuff with their engine. But I don't know. I honestly think I still got to give it to the Decima engine, man. I think I got to give it to the Decima engine. I just think that between Forbidden West and Death Stranding 2, it's just like, I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Uncharted 4 like still looks incredible. Last of Us Part 2 looks insane. So I'm curious to see what Intergalactic ends up looking like, mainly because Intergalactic will be the first time we're seeing Naughty Dog use their proprietary engine to build just a game for the PS5. Not the PS4, but PS5 from the ground up. Really curious to see. I mean, what we saw in that first trailer looked really, really good, but I think once we see the game in action, it could change my mind, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, dude, Demon Souls Remake is still one of the best. It's still one of the best looking games I think ever made. So Blue Point, they know what they're doing from a graphical perspective. Absolutely. Oh, God. Intergalactic, DS2, Horizon, Forbidden West, and GTA 6 will be the best looking games this gen. I think you're going to be right about that, Garrett. Yeah. I think Ghost of Yote might end up being up there too. Maybe from a more artistic style perspective, though. Because that was the big thing with Ghost of Tsushima. If you go play Ghost of Tsushima, Ghost of Tsushima doesn't have like the best, like most crisp graphics. Like some of the assets aren't as high resolution. But yeah, it has that art style and that art direction that just pops, and it's like a visual spectacle in some cases. And it's interesting because I think Ghost of Tsushima kind of proves that like it doesn't have to be about pure photorealism to really make a game look good. Like a more AAA game. MBG, this won't happen, but what would your off the top of your head reaction be if you found out that right now Intergalactic would release on PS4 as well as PS5? I mean, I would be shocked in that, like, dude, why? Like, what kind of message are you trying to send, Sony? Don't upgrade? That would be crazy. I don't think that's gonna happen though. You think if Sony wants to increase their profits, they should start leaning more into first party engines for their games? I think they try to leave that up to the studios themselves. I don't think that they want to mandate what engines they're going to use because it might complicate things from a development standpoint. I think they kind of trust the studios to pick whatever engine is going to best suit them to develop most efficiently. But I do understand what you're saying. I'm sure Sony would want more of their studios to use Decima, but no, Sucker Punch is not using the Decima engine. I don't know what the name of Sucker Punch's engine is. Let me see. Sucker Punch Productions uses its own proprietary game engine for their game known as Spackle. This in-house engine has been updated over the years and is still in use for their games, including titles like Ghost of Tsushima. So it's called Spackle. That's a very interesting. I think it stands for, I don't know if this is true or not. Spackle stands for Sucker Punch Animation Character Cinematics and Life Engine. Or wait, no, kinematics. What? That can't be right. What's with the K? I don't know, but apparently the engine is known as Spackle. So it is their own engine. It's proprietary. Mini Molecules using its own engine. It seems like most of Sony Studios use their own engine, seemingly. I think Digital Dude, I think I'd rather have Tom Cruise talk to me about Scientology. I think that's kind of an easy choice there. If that's the only two choices I have. Well, it's kind of easy. We're getting a Bloodborne remake teaser at the end of the State of Play or what? Absolutely. Insomniac, that's what they're teasing. Turns out Insomniac's the one remaking Bloodborne. You think Insomniac has the best engine, Chris? Has the art style, high fidelity, ray tracing, high frame rate? Yeah, true. It's a very, very capable engine. It kind of does it all. The ray tracing situation is interesting because I still can't tell if people really want ray tracing or not, you know? It's hard to, like, I see some people actually celebrating when games don't have ray tracing. It's like very resource intensive. Toolman, what's up, bro? Mini Tom, what's going on, guys? They can keep ray tracing after DS2. Death Stranding 2 doesn't have any ray tracing, and I don't think Horizon does either. Mini Tom, you're doing good. You're hoping this game is super fun. Well, we're going to find out, man. Toolman's waiting for a great show. Pushing Polygon says, is Tom Cruise jumping on the couch while talking about it? We can only hope so. We can only hope that we get like some kind of Tom Cruise cameo in this game or in this presentation. It needs to happen. Horizon Forbidden West doesn't use ray tracing. Yeah, I mean, maybe ray tracing is something that can be better utilized when there's just more overhead, for console development in general. Seems like that's kind of the struggle. Oh, perfect image. You dropped a direct donation. Thank you, buddy. You're saying here, can't wait for the Ghost of Yote State of Play, MBG. How are you? And what new charms would you want that we didn't get from Ghost 1? What features would you want? Well, I'm doing well. Perfect image. Charms, to be honest, I don't know that I have any specific wants for like the charms that they're going to feature. I mean, I'm sure they will have new ones. And this is one of those areas where it's like, I'm just going to leave it to Sucker Punch, man. Surprise me, show me what you got. And honestly, when it comes to like new features, I'm mostly feeling the same way. The big thing that I'm hoping for right now, yeah, I don't know that I have an answer ready to go for the charm specifically, but if I was just coming off of playing Ghost of Tsushima, I'd probably be able to answer that question no problem. But when it comes to new features, I mean, I saw some people saying that they want different ways to be able to traverse the map, like gliding or something. For me, I know it's not like, I guess it does count as a new feature. Like, I want to see if each new weapon has the same level of depth to it, like different stances and skill trees as the katana did. I want to know if Sucker Punch takes it that far, because that would be awesome. And I something else that I know a lot of people want to know is if there's going to be another Legends mode. And I loved Ghost of Tsushima Legends. I would absolutely love if they show up with that today in any way, shape, or form. But I honestly have to say that I'm not necessarily expecting it, because I just feel like if they are doing some kind of follow up with a multiplayer mode or anything in that vein, I would assume it's something they're going to talk about later on after the game releases or when it's very close to releasing. But man, that would be incredible. So Perfect Image, thank you for the direct donation, bro. Maybe a grappling hook. Oh, that'd be cool. Wait, no, we had a grappling hook in Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, no, we did. We already had that. I'm like, I mean, it would be cool for it to return. Dual grappling hooks. We have KD with a super chat. He says, MBG, how do we feel about this generation if this is another super iterative sequel like Horizon Forbidden West, God of War Ragnarok, Spider-Man 2, DS2, etc.? In my opinion, I would be disappointed. Stay blessed. Well, thank you so much for the super chat, KD. It's a good question. I mean, it'll be very difficult for me to be disappointed just because getting more of a game that I love is hard for me to feel bad about, but I do understand where you're coming from. If this game does feel like super iterative, like the previous games, I mean, I could understand why some people are wanting something different. It does seem like Sony has struggled a little bit this generation with getting new IP out the door, mainly because most of the new IP that they seemingly greenlit came in the form of live service games that ended up getting canceled. Some of them not canceled, but, you know, Concord and Fair Games and whatnot. We are getting, we did get Returnal. We are getting Intergalactic. We have Santa Monica's new single player IP. So we do have new IP. But yeah, I'll be honest, man, considering how much I loved Ghost of Tsushima, I don't think I'll be disappointed even if this game is going to be iterative. I think we can say that with some level of confidence just because, it's taking the Ghost formula. But yeah, for me personally, I won't be feeling disappointed or too bad about it, but I will also understand that, by this point, I think some people were maybe hoping for some more new IP, because that's one thing that Sony did very well with the PS4 generation is they were like a new IP powerhouse. But because all of those new IPs were so successful, it kind of makes sense why they're going to want to make sequels to them as well, So thank you for the super chat, KD, and a good question. And we also have Michael Lynch with a super chat, and he says, the developers said that they went to Japan and climbed mountains to collect things. They said they liked it so much they put it in the game. Yeah, I saw that. They said that they went to Japan and they went foraging for vegetables, and they were like, bro, we got to put that in the game. Write that down. They did confirm that'll be in the game, but I'm not sure what it's going to do exactly. Like from a gameplay perspective, I guess, it'll feel like you're just kind of going and collecting vegetables, right? You're going to be searching for them or whatever, foraging. But in terms of like what type of benefits it will give you, I think you'll be able to cook them up maybe. It'll give you like buffs, certain boosts. Ghost of Animal Crossing, absolutely. So we're 15 minutes away. I'm going to, hopefully it's more intricate than that. Yeah, we'll have to see. I'm going to, bring this full screen in just a moment. We have Amani B with a super chat saying, do you think Sony saw Xbox dominating the sales charts and that's why they put Helldivers 2 on Xbox? And what happens if it sells well? Do you see single player games next for more money? I don't know. I mean, it's a good question, Amani B. I think Sony is aware that they can get more money from their games if they put them in other places because I don't think that they needed to see Xbox doing well on PlayStation to come to that conclusion. They saw that by putting their games on PC. They saw how well Helldivers sold on PC. So I think that's all there is to it. Will they put single player games on Xbox next for more money? I mean, I don't think they will, but I'm not locking that in like 110% because the truth is like I don't like all I could say is that if I were Sony, I would definitely not put my single player games on Xbox. That's all I could say. Whether or not Sony's actually going to do something like that, I think it's needlessly risky, dude. Like I understand that they want more money, but it's like, how much do you really think you're gonna get? You know? Like, is it really gonna be worth it? Helldivers, maybe. Spider-Man, I don't know. I'm not so sure. Oh, there we go. All right, let me sorry, I'm just trying to get this lined up just right. There we go. Just trying to get it all good to go. I think that looks pretty good. So we got like 13 minutes left. All right. Let me just plug my headphones in and we'll be good to go. Ask yourself this, MBG. Why did they not include Helldivers in a Game Pass deal after having MLB there 3 times before they stopped including it in Game Pass? Yep. Sales, baby. Yeah, Irfan, that does seem like something they kind of teased in the trailers. Mhm. All right, guys. I put out a poll. You guys can vote on that. Let me make sure audio levels are good. Okay. Nine minutes. We're almost there, bro. Oh, Broccoli Rob. Every time you dive into Helldivers 2, it's like an action flick. Yeah, dude. I really enjoyed my time with that game. I may still go back to it. I'm not sure. I went back a couple times, but great game. Helldivers, they nailed it, man. Or Arrowhead, I should say. Yeah, guys, if you could do me a favor, hit the like button on the stream. It helps it a lot. Lets me know you enjoy it. It'll push it out there, and YouTube's algorithm will get more people in here. Maybe some new people that will end up joining the community. We already have 500 people here, so yeah, make sure you keep hitting that like button, guys. It'll definitely notify YouTube that you guys are enjoying the stream, and YouTube will do its thing and say, we got to put the stream out in front of more people. Josh, you're still playing Helldivers 2? Yeah, the thing about Helldivers, I think, is it's like once you fall out of it, it's tough to get back in. It's definitely not like riding a bike, in my experience anyway. Like, you got to get reacclimated with it because it has such a unique feel. Yeah, they just released another War Bond. They've been doing a really good job supporting Helldivers 2. Craig, the tech guy. Good to know, man. You just got the platinum for Tsushima yesterday, so you're ready for Yote. Nice, dude. Well, that's a lot of time, Broccoli Rob. That's a lot of time to put in one game. What do you think of Nintendo actually raising the price of the Switch 1 instead of lowering it, even though Switch 2 is out now? I mean, I guess it's not the most surprising, maybe due to the tariffs. I'm not sure exactly. Yeah, we're in a weird time with console, which not just console, but just video games in general, where like this is the first time I think we're seeing like inflation actually have just not just inflation, but just geopolitics and world economics like have a actual profound impact on the pricing of all this stuff, man. We're seeing prices go up, not down. I think it's quite jarring for some people. How could it not be? Saying you just bought the Nintendo Switch 2, now you need Sony games to come to the platform. All right, pushing polygons. We'll be here. We got 7 minutes left. I mean, I did speculate that I think the price of the PS5 is going to go up soon. Yeah. I think it's going to go up soon. Sony did warn of that in their last earnings call. They did let their shareholders know that, listen, if the situation doesn't change with the tariffs, we have some stockpiled PS5s, but once we sell through those, we may have to increase the price. I don't think Sony wants to. I think Sony understands that if they increase the price of the PS5, it's like, dude, you're going to hurt the momentum. It's going well. But they still have GTA 6 coming, so they might just look at it as, listen, if we have no choice but to raise the price, we got to do it before GTA 6 comes out, or like, around that time, because I think people will be more willing to pay that extra cost. Oh, it'd be tough for me to answer that, Josh. I'd have to look through all my platinums. Yeah. PS5 has been out for 5 years. You can't tell me it isn't cheaper to make now. Not necessarily, man. It all comes down to the price of the components. The truth is, the price of components in most cases it's only gone up. It's either stayed the same or it's gone up. So, yeah, it's weird, man. It's really weird. I mean, it is difficult to truly determine how much of it is the company just knows that they can get away with it versus it is truly just the economic reality. They have to, you know, pay more for the components or whatever. And I know it's all about like, oh well, they should just eat the cost. And I mean, yeah, I'm not opposed to that either, but that model just doesn't seem to be effective anymore, or nearly as effective. We're going to subsidize the cost of the hardware with software and whatnot. Sony could still do that, but it's going to reflect most likely negatively on their earnings reports, and they're probably afraid of that. Guys, we have over 600 people here now, which is fantastic to see. Thank you guys so much for joining the stream. Getting ready to watch the Ghost of Yote State of Play. If you could do me a favor, starting in just 3 minutes, take a moment, hit that like button. All right. We could easily crush 300 likes. We could easily get to 400 likes. If we do that, we're probably going to get even more people in here watching this with us. YouTube's going to see the likes going up and it's going to push the stream out. So let's do a big push to get to 300 likes, maybe 400. I believe in you guys. I believe in you. And just see, look at that. We're already over 250 likes now. Hoping for a great state of play. I think it's going to be good. Yeah. Let's get to 612 likes. Now we're over 260. Yeah, like I said, we could easily crush 300. Titus says if we get to 500 likes, MBG will do shirtless reps. 278. It's climbing. It's climbing. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. There's probably going to be a countdown, I would assume. Well, it is a premiere, so there should be a countdown. Taking your like away. 291. We're so close to 300. It's happening. I believe. Oh, I don't know, MacTube. It's a good question. King Sam, a member for 26 months, says, just rolled credits on DS2. Great game. Can't believe I almost missed out as wasn't previously interested. Glad I gave DS1 a shot. Kojima cooked. Love to hear it, King Sam. That's fantastic. I'm happy for you, man. I'm glad you gave it a shot too. But man, I got to get a move on. You guys are beating the game already, and I think I'm not even halfway through, or I'm getting close to being halfway through. But absolutely love to hear it, King Sam. Good stuff, bro. Did you cry at the end? I saw people saying they were crying. And we did it. We're over 300 likes, by the way. We're over 300 likes. Keep hitting that like button. Let's push for 400. Getting more people in here. We're almost at 700 people watching the stream. Keep pushing, because it's about to start. I'll still take my time. Yeah. I'm not going to rush it. I'm not rushing it. Lost Soul Aside State of Play announced today? What? Is that true? That's a super random post. That's not true. I was just say that there's no way. That's super random. All right, it's going to start any second now. If you're just joining the stream, take a moment, hit that like button as we wait for this to begin. I'm ready.
Hello everyone, this is Jason Connell and Nate Fox from Sucker Punch Productions. Ghost of Tsushima was an honor to be a part of. And today, Nate and I get to share more about our next game, Ghost of Yote. We'll be sharing how we've crafted the game around exploration while keeping Atsu's tale of vengeance front and center. We'll also talk about ghost combat and how it's evolved.
I don't know why it's in
we'll
Dutch.
Introduce for the first time some new special modes of play. But let's start things off first by talking about a Japanese folk legend, the Onryo.
All right, I put the volume up. Sorry about that. It's German. I'm not sure what's happening. I'm going to make my thing a little bit smaller.
The people of Ezo believe Atsu is an Onryo, a wrathful ghost bent on revenge. And they're half right. Atsu doesn't care if she lives or dies, so long as she can punish the Yotei 6, a ruthless gang who slaughtered her family. After 16 years in the South, she's returned home to put their spirits to rest. It's warm memories of her family that propel her forward. When Atsu returns to her childhood home, with the push of a button, you can experience those cherished times.
So you can go back.
By giving you the freedom to explore Atsu's past, the wound of her loss becomes personal. It's that pain that pushes her forward. Hunting down the Yotei 6 is a near impossible task.
Oh, damn, that
She'll
looks
face
good.
1,000 blades. But the Onryo is relentless, and with each victory, the ghost story around her grows.
You gotta play as a kid now,
Ghost of
bro.
Yote focuses on player freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made. But it's also a game that, at its heart, is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films.
Man, dude.
So let's start off by talking about exploration at the
Looks
edge
good.
of Japan.
So good.
We all have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experiences. Whether that's your curiosity to wander, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story. As you explore, there's an underlying clue system that invites you to new adventures in new areas of the game that could be appealing to you. If you interrogate an enemy, choosing to ask about the Oni, you could uncover a landscape scarred by fire with more bold, samurai-like enemies to fight and abilities for Atsu to learn. Or if you ask about the Kitsune, it might lead you to an area filled with snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study. Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available adventures. The more you play, the more the game unfolds for you. As she makes progress against the Yotei 6, her legend as the Onryo grows.
It's her.
Bounty will go up, drawing the attention of deadlier foes.
Are you lost?
I'm looking for some old friends. The Yotei 6.
Show her the door.
There is a hefty price on Atsu's head. Now, Atsu can also hunt down her own bounties that bring her all around the land. This is a lucrative way to make some money to fuel her vengeance quest.
The bounty system.
You're not of Clan Eguchi. You're here for my bounty.
Bounty system seems really good. Grappling hooks back.
Hidden in the world are altars of reflection. Finding one inspires Atsu and unlocks a new ability to help her on the journey ahead. They are fun to find on their own, but for a quicker route, you can always buy a traveler's map from the cartographer. Ghost of Yote isn't going to rush you through anything. You can choose what motivates you most. But we think the best way to play is to simply pull out your spyglass, find something interesting on the horizon, and enjoy the ride.
Let's ride.
Holy shit. Like, that looks crazy good, man. We'll be breaking out that spyglass. Wow.
The lands around Yote are fast. It's not about checking it all off, it's about engaging in the content that gets you excited.
Oh.
Embrace that curiosity and let the wind guide you on your hunt.
Ezo is a dangerous place. Atsu always wields a weapon. As for which, that's up to you. Will you choose a katana, spear, kasuragama, odachi, or dual swords? Each is uniquely effective against a particular enemy and has their own set of upgrades to discover and master.
Plant Saito banners.
Let's see how she uses these weapons in the field, searching for leads on Lord Saito.
This is our food, from our soil. The soldiers needed more to free you.
Free us? Inokichi steals our crops while our families starve.
Oh shit. Dude, straight up Scorpion,
Atsu's
get
no
over here.
samurai or ninja. No, she's a
Oh,
lone
damn, dude.
wolf mercenary who'll use every advantage, every dirty trick to win a fight. Combat has the feel of a classic samurai movie. Every motion counts.
Oh, damn,
it's about
man.
lethal precision.
Holy shit, the dual katanas look awesome.
If an enemy swings hard, Atsu can lose her weapon.
Oh.
But if she's quick, she can disarm them.
Oh, there's a disarming system now. Shit.
Nothing there? You're dead.
Choose the right weapon for the
shit.
job. To fight a massive enemy, her huge odachi blade is best.
Oh my god, dude. The Odachi looks nuts.
He looks like the one in charge.
Tonight, we feast.
Oh yeah.
Blades are great, but ranged weapons work too. And Atsu's got an arsenal.
bounty hunter. A ghost.
Thrown weapons like kunai, bombs, or even blinding powder can give Atsu an edge. When enemies switch weapons, you'll have to adapt. Dual swords are best against spears.
Seems like they replaced the stances with the different weapons.
Tell me what you know about Saito.
Atsu doesn't always fight alone. She'll meet several allies on her hunt, including a mysterious wolf.
It's Jin.
Atsu can set up camp under the stars of Ezo. But she's not always alone.
Hey, friend. Share your fire with the traveling peddler?
What are you selling?
A mask said to be cursed with the unpredictable nature of its previous owner.
Camping under the stars is a great way to rest up, play your shamisen, or cook to ready for a fight ahead.
Oh, so you can cook.
It's also designed to help bring important characters and upgrades straight to you. In fact, in place of the journal menu from Ghost of Tsushima, we've opted for a more character-driven way of managing allies and vendors you meet in Ezo.
Oh, that's cool.
Over time, Atsu grows to have her own wolf pack. And here, you can keep track of when a sensei might have a weapon skill for you, or when a vendor has something unique to sell. Managing upgrades, resources, when to buy what, can be a burden in a big open-world game. At campsites, members of your wolf pack can catch up with you, offering upgrades and unique items. This helps ensure you have every opportunity to upgrade and prepare for Atsu's vengeance quest ahead. You don't have to leave where you're exploring, the game comes to you.
It's interesting. I like that. I really like that, actually.
While exploring Ezo, you'll discover all sorts of new armor, charms, and gear. Perfect for building up Atsu around your chosen playstyle. Are you stealth, ranged, or melee focused? Find and combine the pieces that are just right for you. And of course, customize the look of your armor and weapons to make sure that your version of Atsu looks and fights just the way you want.
Yeah, the customization factor is a must. They did such a good job with Tsushima.
The score of Ghost of Yote is incredibly special to us. Our amazing composer, Toma Otoa, has created a mashup of Eastern instrumentation with Western flavors, brought to life through an exciting collaboration of many talented artists.
でこうダウンビートまで
If you like what you heard, we're releasing 2 tracks featured in today's State of Play on your favorite streaming service immediately after the show.
The digital photography community for Ghost of Tsushima is incredible. We're happy to have photo mode back in Ghost of Yote and look forward to seeing photos from your journey across Ezo.
People go crazy in photo mode. Tsushima. Japanese Metallica.
We want playing through Ghost of Yote to feel like stepping inside of your favorite classic samurai films. So, from the beginning of the game, we're happy to offer a full Japanese voice track with full lip sync that you can play with subtitles.
誰だてめえ 生き てたか。
狼の姫。一人残らず息の根止めたと思った。
また会えたな。
刀鍛冶の娘。
覚えておけ。圧だ。
To take the feeling of stepping into a classic samurai cinema experience one step further, we are honored to once again partner with acclaimed director Akira Kurosawa's estate for Kurosawa Mode, which emulates his classic black and white films.
Yeah, I mean, bringing this back feels like a must. It was really well received for Tsushima.
For Ghosts of Yote, we wanted to celebrate two other influential directors who have had an impact on the genre as a whole. First, we've partnered with Takeshi Miike, director of 13 Assassins, for a mode that puts the camera closer during combat for a more intense, raw experience along with increased mud and blood splatter.
Oh, nice.
And lastly, we've partnered with the director of Samurai Champloo, Shinichiro Watanabe. Turn this mode on to listen to some original lo-fi tracks directed by Watanabe himself.
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that. That's actually pretty sick, dude. Got that Ghost of Yote lo-fi. Awesome. Damn, man.
There's so many ways to make your Ghost of Yote playthrough your own. But no matter how you play, here's one way to experience Ghost of Yote that is sure to be special.
Oh, man, why are they doing this to me? Why are they doing that to me? Stop. Stop it. Damn, bro. Oh, man.
Today, you've got a glimpse into Atsu's hunt for the Yote 6.
Holy shit. Was not
Forge your
expecting
own
that.
path while discovering the secrets of Ezo. To survive, you'll need to master a variety of weapons, using lethal precision to overcome the odds and take revenge as the Onryo. Ghost of Yote comes out on October 2nd. Thank you so much for watching.
And, dude. They just drop a PS6 bundle. Why are people saying PS6? Good shit, dude. Good shit. Good shit. All right, so let me head back over here. I want to put out a new poll. Well, you know, I'll keep the same poll up. What's your hype level? What's your hype level? I mean, I knew Sucker Punch was gonna cook, man. I knew they were gonna cook. Yeah, no Venom. No Venom at the end. How disappointing. 8 out of 10. It looks great, man. It pretty much looks like when I imagined, okay, what would you want from a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima? It seems like pretty much everything is there. There's only one thing, truly, and this is like the only thing that they didn't say a word about that I'm going to be very curious about as we move forward, and that is they didn't mention anything about Legends. And I feel like Legends was so good, and I'm not saying they're not going to. I did predict that they would not say anything about anything regarding a Legends follow-up here. But at least when it just comes to the story of Ghost of Yote, goddamn, dude. The weaponry, the fact that there's going to be a disarm system now where you can get disarmed, you can disarm your opponents. It seems like they changed the... oh, I need to get this. I just realized. It seems like they changed the... like, rather than making it so each new weapon you have has different stances, they just basically replace the stances with different weapons. So when you encounter different types of enemies doing different types of attacks, you're going to have to switch to a different weapon, like they should with the Odachi. And like if you're encountering an enemy that's using a spear, using the dual katanas seems to be more effective. Graphically, it looks beautiful. I mean, damn, I expected nothing less, frankly. I'm starting to think that, yeah, I think we might have another Game of the Year contender on our hands here. Give me 1 second. I have to pop the chat out here. You can see what you guys are saying. Hang tight. Okay. MVP Moss84 with the $2 chat says they have improved everything about the first game. Pretty much, yeah. It seems like that they brought back everything that we liked from the first game, but they refined and they added to it that, you know, in areas that you would expect. I feel like this is one of those things where I think Ghost of Tsushima did so well that from a gameplay perspective, from a mechanic and feature perspective, they have to be really thoughtful about what they choose to not bring forward. And, you know, it's mainly just what can we add on top of it. And what's interesting to me is what they're doing with the camping system, where you can camp and basically like from that camp, that's where you can kind of upgrade everything. You can, you know, you'll have different characters coming to your camp and speaking to you. I think that's really interesting actually, because it can be a little bit annoying in these open world games, you know, when you want to upgrade stuff and you want to see what's new, you kind of have to travel. You know, I mean, if you have like a fast travel system, it's not too cumbersome usually, but I like it. I'm curious to see how that impacts the flow of the overall game. And Michael Lynch with a super chat says, the combat looks awesome. I like when she used the spear to jump up and do a kick. I also like when she did a front flip on 2 of the enemies. Yeah, combat looks, I mean, amazing. They started off by showing combat with the katana, which it looks just as good as it did with Ghost of Tsushima, but seeing the other weapons is really what started to get me excited. The fact that you can just kind of, you know, cycle through these weapons as well, which again, it's not like revolutionary, but just considering we're coming off of a game where all you could use was the katana basically, and when it comes to melee combat, very interesting. I like it. Subtext with a $10 chat says hype level was 8 or 9 out of 10 before the show. Now it's 10 out of 10 easy. Combat looks even smoother. I like that you can take quests in different directions based on choices, which can make it more replayable. Yeah, it seems like they still want to make it so that you kind of just discover things on your own, and they encourage the exploring of the map. But I like the fact that you can now take bounties. I like the fact that you have a telescope you can use now to kind of chart things in the distance and decide where you want to go. I also like the fact that they make it clear you can kind of, and this is going to be interesting, this is either going to enhance the game or actually detract from it. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to experience it myself. You can choose how you want to progress the story. You can choose who you go after first. And I wonder how that can, you know, giving the player that freedom and that choice to be able to decide how they want to progress that story, you know, and pursue the 6 main, I guess, antagonists that you hunt down one by one. I'm curious to see how that flows. Lux, you're saying only is the texture still look pretty. You're saying the only negative is that the texture still look pretty basic. It does look like, I feel like I do see a visual improvement, but it's not like a massive leap. I'll be honest. It's not. I mean, I don't know if that's just because I think, again, the art style of Tsushima, the art style of this game is the top priority. They have to. I mean, you see the different landscape shots. You see them, doing the wide pan, and it's like, yeah, maybe I don't know that this game is the most photorealistic looking game coming out of PlayStation Studios, but goddamn, it looks like it might be the most beautiful game. It looks like it's really kind of carrying on what I think stood out with Ghost of Tsushima. But at the same time, I mean, I feel like I am watching it through a compressed YouTube stream, so I don't know how much that's impacting it. Hold on, let me refresh this. Yeah, and they showed off the limited edition PS5, which is pretty sick. Let me go rewind that and look at that again. Let me see. Where was it? I think it was here. Let me see. Yeah, so limited PS5 console bundles and accessories. So I guess you'll be able to. It sounds like you'll be able to buy this stuff separately. Like you'll be able to buy the dual senses. You'll be able to buy the plates. Really interesting that they decided to do this because, as far as I can tell, they haven't really done this for any of their other games. But it looks very good. Choose between the goldish yellow, and the just the black and white. So they're going to be doing flashback sequences again, like they did with Jin, except this time it seems like you will be able to kind of press a button and go back and forth, I guess, as she's having these memories, which is pretty cool. I mean, geez, dude, look at that. That looks crazy good. Oh, they're bringing back the hot springs. So that's been confirmed. I know that was very important for a lot of people. Let's see. Yeah, you'll be able to cook now. So you could choose different songs to play. Oh man, that's a crazy freeze frame. Japanese Metallica, bro, going crazy for the soundtrack. Going crazy with the soundtrack. How sexist, making her cook. No way. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. My boy's jamming. It looks great, dude. Photo mode's gonna go hard. I mean, look at that. I only got it at 1080p. Look at that, man. It looks so good. I can't wait. This is gonna be a great one of the great games to cap off 2025, man. Absolutely. All right, let me get back here, talk to you guys for a little bit. All right. Here. And Michael Lynch, you're saying reading debuff a front trip, not flip. Okay. I think actually you did. Yeah, my bad. You did say that. You said trip and I said flip. Yeah, true. I know what you're talking about. It was towards the beginning when they were showing the combat, kind of tripping up an enemy. You think the game won't be a visual showpiece as far as details, but art style is insanely good. Yeah. Yeah, Sucker Punch seems to be leaning into that. I would rewatch it in 4K, but I'm not streaming in 4K currently. They still haven't announced the Xbox version. We're not allowed to be excited. I think there's definitely a graphical improvement from Tsushima. No doubt about that. But I really do think the strength of Ghost of Tsushima was the art direction and the overall art style. All right, we can get details on the limited edition PS5 bundles, though, on the PlayStation blog. They say here, we just had an exciting state of play gameplay deep dive for Sucker Punch's Ghost of Yote, and this included a first look at the PS5 console Ghost of Yote limited edition bundles featuring new intricate console designs with a matching DualSense wireless controller. They say these stunning designs capture Sucker Punch's fictional depiction of Ezo and the world that players will embark on to explore Atsu's tale of vengeance. Mount Yote is an iconic location. Okay, let's see. The PS5 console Ghost of Yote Gold limited edition bundle will be available globally and is inspired by the Japanese art. The design captures the essence and aesthetic. Okay. These will be available from exclusively. It seems like these are going to be available exclusively at PlayStation Direct. Oh, wait, hold on. It says the Ghost of Yote Black limited edition bundle will be exclusively at PlayStation Direct. So if you want the black one, you got to go through PS Direct. Both bundles will come with a matching DualSense controller. The PS5 console. Okay, so it says the PS5 console Ghost of Yote limited edition bundles include a limited edition PS5 console with a disc drive, matching DualSense wireless controller, and a digital copy of Ghost of Yote Standard Edition. That includes pre-order content. They have it for the Pro as well. They have a PS5 Pro bundle, it seems. Wait, hold on. If they're going to do... Yeah, so you can buy the plates separately. Jesus, can they make this any more confusing? If you already own a PS5 model or PS5 Pro, we have great news for you. You'll be able to purchase console covers for the PS5 model and the PS5 Pro directly from PlayStation Direct. There will be limited quantities. Okay. Oh, okay. So they're not going to have a bundle for the Pro, but you can buy the plates for the Pro. So this is the first time the Pro is getting its own covers to buy. It seems like everything can be bought standalone. So, okay, it's not as confusing as I thought. Let me see if I can bring this picture up to show you guys. Hold on. It's not going to let me. I might not be able to bring it up, but... Let me see. Of course, it's not going to let me. Hold on. I'm just going to bring the PS blog up so you guys can see it. See if it'll... Yeah, here you go. So, yeah, so you can buy the covers separately, but to the left here, it shows the PS5 Pro. You will be able to buy covers specifically for the Pro from PlayStation Direct. And then down here, it shows you how you can You can buy the bundles, you can buy the plates, you can buy the dual senses. So they're pretty much going all out, it seems, for Ghost of Yote, which makes sense. I mean, yeah, this is one of those games that you want to go all out for. So, are you guys going to be buying this? The pro plates are interesting. Still no different colors though. All right, let me get out of here real quick. Stop calling my PS5 fat. Steven, you're getting it. Dan says already bought it. Maybe a DualSense. I think I might want to get a DualSense. Maybe the black one. Yeah, the original model. That's true, pushing polygons. Yeah. They're not giving shit to the original fat PS5. The large, the Wumbo PS5. They ain't giving it shit. Neo, you want to be excited, but you're not sold yet? Garrett says he needs the black DualSense. At this point, they're becoming collector's items instead of actually being used. Yeah, I mean, at this point, for some people, yeah, there's so many. They release so many DualSenses. Yeah, man, I'm here since day one with my fat ass PS5 and got nothing. I'm sorry, man. Come on, Sony, what are you doing? What are you doing? My diabetic PS5. Oh, man. You think this game's going to be game of the year, Alan? I mean, it seems like it's going to be a great follow-up from what I can tell. I mean, I don't know if the big question I still have, because they're not revealing too much and they're not showing too much, which maybe is smart. They don't want to spoil anything. But the big question I still have is if I'm going to like the story of Ghost of Yote more than I like the story of Tsushima. It seems like from a gameplay perspective, I'm going to like this game just as much, if not more. But really, it is the story perspective. Did I hook up the dope fiend yet? I did. Yeah. Leia was here. Corey. She enjoyed her catnip and she passed out for a while. I don't know when exactly she left, but yeah, she got her fix. Now, Boss and Leia are fighting. Iconic Games, you're saying, what did you think of Ghost graphically? Assassin's Creed Shadows looks a generation in front to me. I mean, I think graphically it still looks really good. I do understand, again, like when you look at it, it looks very similar to Tsushima, but it looks like a slightly upgraded version of Tsushima. I don't know that it looks like next gen per se. Like I think I could, when I play Ghost of Yote on my Pro, I mean, I have to see how it's going to look on the PS5 Pro first, and I'll let you know. We only got a couple more months. I don't know that it's going to be the best looking game I played this gen graphically. It might be the prettiest, though. Might be the prettiest, art style wise. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting if Assassin's Creed Shadows has the graphical edge. Shadows really kind of pushed the Pro, which is interesting. The lighting engine they used on the Pro seemed to look like kind of nuts. But nonetheless, I think Ghost of Yote is looking to be a very beautiful game. I mean, when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima when I was playing Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PS5, I mean, it's like, yeah, like there are games that do graphically look better than this, but it's just so hard not to appreciate just the visual spectacle of the game. Yeah, the stream was, yeah, you're right. The stream was kind of money. Let me go check the 4K version. Now, I'm not going to be able to show you guys the 4K version because I'm not streaming in 4K. Oh, jeez. All right, give me 1 second. I'll still bring it up. You should be able to see some visual improvement. It's only going to come through at 1080p for you guys, but it's less compressed overall since we're not streaming it as it's premiering.
Ghost of Yote focuses on player freedom.
Oh, it's worth noting that this is at 60 FPS too. At least what they're showing here. So I don't... Did they say whether or not this is the PS5 or PS5 Pro version? Because it's running at 60. Let me see. Captured on PS5. So you're telling me it's not even the Pro version? Unless they're not specifying?
Yote focuses on player freedom more than any game Sucker Punch has ever made. But it's also a game that at its heart is inspired by so many of our favorite wandering samurai films. So let's start off by talking about exploration at the edge of Japan. We all have different playstyles, so we set out to make an open world game that lets you drive your own experiences. Whether that's your curiosity to wonder, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story.
Really good.
As you explore,
let's get a closer look at the...
We all have different playstyles, so we set out. Whether that's your curiosity to wonder, your thirst for combat, or a deep desire to stay focused on the story.
So, I mean, I'm looking at this, the grass texture, the rock texture. I mean, yeah, you could tell like it's not the most cutting edge texture work that we're seeing here, but still looks really damn good.
As you explore,
I mean, this shit looks great. Oh.
Snow and deception, enemies that ambush you, and new ninja-like tactics to study. Atsu draws cards for each clue to keep track of all available advantages.
You're not off plan, Eguchi. You're here for my bounty.
Yeah, it looks awesome, dude. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that Ghost of Yote is a game that I would feel comfortable being critical towards graphically. Truthfully, it looks really good. Again, I don't know how it's coming through for you guys. I'm watching the 4K 60 version. It's looking very good. Yeah. I don't know that I have any concerns there. Again, will it be the like absolute best looking game of the gen? I don't know about that, but very, very good. Saying, and that's fine. The art direction's fire. That'll make up for everything. Make up for it. We have Leo Jimmy with a super chat. Thank you, Leo. And he says, MBG Money, I just want to know if I can stroll up to battle playing the banjo, like I did with the flute in the first, walking in slow motion. Gonna watch again. All those weapons, all the blood. I'm ready. That's a straight up SpongeBob. I'm ready, bro. Yeah, I imagine you will be able to walk up playing. Because that's true. You could do that. Yeah, banjo, bro. You could do that. You could do that in the in Ghost of Tsushima with the flute. It's pretty funny. Very excited, man. I'm still in full blown Death Stranding mode. So I'm not I don't know that I'm ready to shift gears yet. I don't think I can. I'm still in Death Stranding 2 mode right now. But man, when this game drops, yeah. I'm still in full blown Death Stranding mode. So I'm not I don't know that I'm ready to shift gears yet. I don't think I can. I'm still in Death Stranding 2 mode right now. But man, when this game drops, yeah. I'm still in Death Stranding 2 mode right now. But man, when this game drops, yeah. This is going to be taking up all my time, seemingly. Ghost of Tsushima was by far like one of my favorite games of last gen. One of the most upvoted comments on the PlayStation post of it is woke garbage with ugly female protagonist with voice actress who hates white men. Like, okay, man, then don't buy it and go support what you want to support. Like, holy shit, are people this miserable? God damn, like, I'm telling you, man, so much of what I see, it comes off like people being like, stop enjoying things. Stop having a good time. Stop having fun. How dare you? Like, get laid, man. Like, goddamn. I don't even know. As my grandmother would say, pound sand, bro. I still don't even know what that means, but she would say that. So, I mean, look, people can be critical. I'm not acting like I'm not critical of other games, but it's just like, bro, like, if we're just judging the game based off of what was shown, like, this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking. Like, how are you gonna watch that state of play and then by the end of it screech woke? Like, what was woke about it? What was bad about it? In that sense, like, I mean, people went ballistic when this game was first revealed because it's not Jin. I get it, but then they, and like, look, if you don't know buy this game because you have a problem with the voice actress, and you don't want to separate the art from the artist, I can respect that. I can absolutely respect that. Like, yeah, if you don't want to support it for that reason, that's perfectly fine. But to kind of impose that on everybody and make it sound like there's something wrong with you if you enjoyed that state of play and if you are excited for this game, and it comes off as pathetic. Like, bro, this game's gonna do just fine without you. I know that may hurt you, but just accept it, man. Oh, is that what they're latching on to? She only fights male enemies? Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, I will say it would be quite the statement if they do the entire game she doesn't fight one female. No, it's obviously not going to be that way. You probably encounter plenty of female enemies. People are mentally sick. MBG, I told you, people just love to be miserable. They're primed for drama and rage bait. It's a cultural shift that I'm noticing. It annoys me so much, and it detracts me from enjoying things sometimes. I understand. I mean, look, man, I'll just tell people what I've tried to say numerous times before. Like, if you don't like what you're seeing with Ghost of Yote, then just don't support it. I don't think being vocally against, like actively against it, is going to do anything other than make you look like there may be something wrong with you. Share your thoughts, share your opinions, I guess. But from what I can tell, there's nothing here that seems anything less than high quality and very well made. If there's some kind of deeper political message that's trying to be delivered, I'm not identifying that. I think I was correct. One thing I will say that I was correct about is I said that this new character, Atsu, seems like she's going to be more quiet than Jin was. Like, she's just overall going to be more, not a silent protagonist, but a more quiet protagonist. Jin was quiet too many times, but he definitely spoke quite a bit as well. I'm noticing with Atsu, she's very, she seems to be very quiet. She doesn't say much, and that's interesting. It reminds me of like MGS5 a little bit, like how I remember that was a big thing Kojima wanted to do, where like, you know, kind of like the quiet / silent protagonist. Yeah, they're purposely keeping her quiet. We have Tower Dragon with a $5 super chat. Thank you, buddy, saying the old Lara Croft games would be considered woke in this day and age. LOL. Probably, yeah. I mean, she's cooking in the game, right? Isn't that supposed to be the opposite of woke? She's cooking. Oh man. Yeah. Well, I think it looks really good, man. My blood sugars are a little bit low right now. I'm not gonna lie. I'm very hungry. I haven't eaten in a long time. I did not eat enough today. Haven't eaten in a while. That's probably why I'm not like over the top right now. But yeah, bring it on, man. I had a feeling Ghost of Yote was going to be a very, very good game. Nothing less. And you know, the two trailers that we saw, we got the release trailer, we got the story trailer, and both trailers I thought looked incredibly good. And now we have the deep dive state of play where it's showing us pretty much everything we can expect of the game. And I'm there day one, bro. This is very clearly going to be one of the best games I play this year. And I can't wait. I don't know that I need to see anymore. I'm sure they're going to market it some more leading up to its launch. The only thing, as I said earlier, and I'll say it one more time before I wrap the stream up, the only thing that I really, really, really want to know if we are going to be hearing about it or seeing any more of it is with the is with the Legends multiplayer mode. I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be kind of upset if Sucker Punch has no plans for that. I don't expect them to talk about it right now. They have to focus on the single player. They don't want any negativity, you know, making people think it's a live service game or something. But they did such a damn good job with that Legends mode that it would be truly, I think, such a disappointment if they don't do something more with it. So, yeah, I'm thinking that'll be something they talk about at the launch of it or after the launch. They'll probably want to do a little surprise like they did with Ghost of Tsushima. That's my hope. Anyway, it is worth noting that we did cover job listings in the past for Sucker Punch where they were hiring for people to work on something multiplayer related. So, yeah, hopefully we'll hear more about it. But yeah, we got Metal Gear Solid coming up next. Still waiting to hear more about that multiplayer mode, bro, for Metal Gear Solid. So we'll chat for about like 5 more minutes here. We'll do like a last call. You guys absolutely killed it today. We're sitting at 171 members somehow, which is phenomenal. So thank you guys so much for that. If you guys want to drop any more support before we wrap up today's stream, wrap up the State of Play reaction stream, now would be the time to do so before we roll out of here. If you want to drop any more member gifts, become a member, super chats, direct donos, all that good stuff. I do want to go check on something real quick. Okay. Oh, man. That's crazy. DLC, just like Ragnarok. Like, bro, no reps today. No, what I'll do is I'll make sure we'll do some reps for the next stream we do. Hold me to that. I'll make sure. I am starving right now, dude. Like, I can feel my hand, like I'm shaking a little bit. Why do I even look at the comments? I don't know. I can't help it. That's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. Like, who's gonna call God of War Ragnarok DLC? I mean, because I think sometimes it's just kind of funny. Like, bro called it DLC, man. Oh, damn. $70 DLC. You know what? I'll pay for that. I'll buy that $70 DLC. Hell yeah. Let me get out of here. Do yourself a favor. Stop reading comments. Yeah, probably for the best. The real news today is that Superman's coming to Fortnite. Didn't Superman come to Fortnite like 10 times already? You're gonna play the blood and mud mode. Yeah, that was pretty cool. And the lo-fi beats mode, also pretty cool, dude. I have to say. Guys are saying get out of here, go eat. Yeah, I'm starved. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm this hungry. I'm all messed up. Yeah, I know, man. I know, Tarnished. It's always the same old song and dance, isn't it? People need to just learn to go enjoy stuff. Enjoy something. Right? Anything. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for this Ghost of Yote State of Play live reaction. In conclusion, very good. Very, very good. What am I going to eat? I'm not sure. I know I smell something cooking. I know Mrs. MBG was out there cooking something. So I'll find out. It'll be a little surprise. I do want to see that Superman movie. It looks like it's apparently pretty good. But in conclusion, Ghost of Yote looks incredible, man. I had a feeling it was going to be great, and everything I've seen so far looks great. The launch on October 2nd can't come soon enough. Going to play it on my PS5 Pro. Going to definitely hope that I platinum Death Stranding 2 by that point, and Metal Gear, and possibly some other titles. But yeah, man. All right, guys. Before I head out, I just want to say one more time, thank you so much. We had 3 people drop 50 membership bombs today, and that is truly a sight to behold. So thank you so much to anybody who dropped any member gifts, anybody who dropped any super chats, any direct donations. I'm only able to do what I do here on the channel because you guys make it possible. Incredible community, very generous community, and I'm very grateful for this community. We did finish up the poll here. I'm asking you guys to vote, or I asked you guys to vote. Hype level for Ghost of Yote, 60%, 4 out of 4. So 100%, or 100 out of 100. 10 out of 10, I guess we could say. 20%, 3 out of 4. 9%, 1 out of 4. 9%, 2 out of 4. So tied. There's a tie there. 9% for 1 and 2 out of 4. Yeah, all right. Well, it seems like people are pretty excited. Also, I don't know if Devil Shooter's here. I don't know if he'll be doing timestamps for the streams, but whether he does, or this stream, whether he does or doesn't, I want to give him a shout out because he always does timestamps for the streams and he does an incredible job. If you guys see him in the comments of any of the streams, give him some thanks, show him some love. You know, he really helps the community out. So thank you so much, Devil Shooter. And that does it. My only other request is make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And I don't know for sure if we're going to be back tomorrow or not. Be on the lookout. But if we're not, we will be back here guaranteed on Sunday. Okay? So make sure you have your notifications turned on. Enjoy the rest of your evening or night. I'm going to go get some food, probably play some Death Stranding. And yeah, so thank you again. I will catch you guys in the next one. Till then, take care, everyone.